everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today I'm going to try something a little different, a little more comfortable setting. We're kind of like moving things around in the house, so I'm just kind of like going through different places in the house to see which place I like to film better. So today I'd like to talk about my pregnancy update. So I'm thinking of starting a new series on my channel, basically going through every week of my pregnancy, every week or every 2 weeks of my pregnancy, and just talking about my symptoms and what I'm going through and things of that nature. So those are the, see, I'm already out of breath, but those are the kind of videos I really enjoy watching, especially as I'm getting ready to be pregnant, get pregnant, or already pregnant, just to see what other women go through. So if this is not something that interests you, you can kindly click out. It may have TMI, I'm not quite sure, but it is a pregnancy type of vlog, so I mean, pregnancy is pregnancy. But yes, thank you so much for stopping by, and let's get right into it. As I mentioned, I have a little book here because I seem to forget everything and my thoughts are all jumbled up, and yes, so I hope to remember everything that I want to talk about. So as I mentioned before, I'm 26 weeks pregnant. This is, I think, the second last week of my second trimester, and then my third trimester starts. I can't believe it. Like, I'm in shock and awe. I'm so overwhelmed. I can't believe the baby will be here in 14 weeks. It's 14 weeks. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the baby is the size of a head of lettuce or a papaya. So my app pretty much said that the baby was in the size of a papaya from 24 to 26 weeks. So I'm assuming that by now he or she is the size of a papaya. So I can definitely feel that. Within the last 2 weeks, I would say my belly has really felt like it's just popped out, and not just like visually but also physically. I can feel the weight of it almost, and even as like I turn from one side to the next side in bed, or when I'm getting out of a chair or up from a chair, it's just, I can totally feel it. I'm pregnant. I'm really pregnant. So so the baby weighs around 1.5 to 2 pounds. So everything that I've gained from that has been from like all the fluid and the extra fat cells that the body needs to store in order to feed the baby and to produce breast milk in the future, all that. So I'll talk about my weight. I mean, it is what it is. You gain weight. I haven't been as careful as I should have been, but just with all the stresses of being a mom of a toddler and then getting pregnant, getting the home ready, like sometimes I just have to indulge, and I'm going to try to be better at that. But so far I've gained under 20 pounds, which is I think a little too much, but my doctor said I'm pretty good. He even said in my last appointment, he's like, I think you actually look smaller this time around, which is a little embarrassing, but it's true. I'm actually about a little over 10 pounds lighter this time around than I was with Layla. With her, by this time, I don't even know how much I weighed, but I was pretty full. You could see it in my face, you could see it in my arms, my legs. I was already swollen by this time. Thankfully, I'm not swollen yet. I know it's coming, but yeah, I'm trying to watch what I eat more so, not like, oh, I'm gonna go on a diet, not in that sense, but just like I'm trying not to eat so much sugars, because that is what I'm craving for all the time. With Layla, I feel like I craved more salty snacks and foods. With this baby, I'm craving like chocolate covered almonds and chocolate and more chocolate and chocolate ice cream and just sweet stuff. And I know, like, if I have it in the house, I'm gonna eat it. So I try not to buy it, but Costco doesn't let me not buy it when I leave the store, so I sometimes have to buy the chocolate covered raisins, which is not very good, but I'm trying. So yes, so symptoms for this week. So basically I'm going to talk about my 26 weeks, but also my 25, 26 weeks, because I feel like they're very the same, and the symptoms kind of started in the 25 week period, and then kind of continued on to now. So the first one I want to talk about is symphysis pubis dysfunction, which is SPD. It affects your pubic bones and pubic girdle area. It's also known as pubic girdle pain, I think, also. Anyway, it is the most annoying symptom of pregnancy that I've experienced. I experienced this with Layla as well. With Layla, it was a lot worse. It was like I couldn't even lift my leg to put on my pants or my boot or anything. I couldn't even get dressed properly. Like my husband would have to help me, to the point where I'm like, enough is enough. I have to go see somebody. So I ended up going to see a chiropractor. Long story short, or fast forward to now, I've been seeing my chiropractor since then, in preparation to get pregnant again and now. And I feel like that pain has, I mean, from like a 15 pain that I had with Layla, now it's probably around 4. Like, it's a huge difference. Like, I feel like I still can exercise, I could still move, I could still get dressed by myself. It's not as excruciating. However, it did show up about 2 weeks ago when I was getting out of the car. I think I must have stretched too far or done something that I shouldn't have, and I just felt like and I couldn't walk. I couldn't walk to the store like a normal person would. For like, I probably couldn't walk nicely for about 10 minutes until I think everything kind of adjusted, and then it went away. And then since then, every time I sit on something hard like a chair or the floor or anything like that, I get up and it comes back until I kind of have to adjust a little bit and it goes away. It's the worst at night, I feel, when I'm flipping from one side to the next, but it's manageable. Like, the really big pain has gone away and it's just like, it's like dangling there. I also went to see a registered massage therapist. I actually went yesterday, which was phenomenal. She was like, she had the pregnancy pillow where there's like a big hole where your belly goes in. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. I felt like it was painful in certain areas, but I felt such relief, like for my back, for my lower back, my legs. It was just incredible. So if you are suffering from any type of pain anywhere in your body, especially the SPD, I definitely recommend chiropractic work and rheumatology, registered massage therapy, because it has done a big difference. I have another appointment next week, so we'll see if it gets better. I'll keep you updated, but I definitely recommend the chiropractic work because, I mean, it's night and day. From last time to this time, night and day. Anyway, so moving on, that was that. Yes, so heartburn. That's what I've been feeling in the last kind of week, I would say. Every time I eat too late or I eat something like acidic, like tomatoes or pizza or anything like that, I kind of feel that heartburn coming on at night, and it's not the worst, but I just kind of have to sit up, drink some water, have a banana or something, and then it kind of goes away. So it's not excruciating, but I have been feeling it more so this week than ever before in my pregnancy. Insomnia. Oh my gosh. I have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. I would say 1 to 2 times a night, but every time I go back to sleep or back into bed, I can't go back to sleep. I'm awake for like 35, 40 minutes sometimes, and it really catches up to you. Like in the mornings, I feel like a train wreck. Like, I just feel like awful. I feel like I haven't slept. So that's the only thing. And then another thing too is that, like, I can't fall asleep quickly. So even if I make it a point to go to bed by 10 or 11, I can't. Like, my mind is just going and going and going. I just want to do stuff, and that's when I get a little bit of a burst of energy. So I tend to clean something or organize something, or I don't know. So it's hard for me to fall asleep. So that, coupled with waking up and not being able to fall asleep, has been a little bit awful. Like cramps. this is another one of those like, oh my gosh, I hate them. I wake up in the mornings, I stretch, and I'm like, oh my goodness, my leg starts cramping so badly. I feel it in the back of my calves. Yesterday morning was the worst. I had one going in the back in my calves and then the front in like shin area. So no matter which way I would like rotate my foot and like start rubbing the muscle, it wouldn't go away, to the point I had to wake up my husband, and he's just like, he just got up really nervous, like, what's wrong? And then I'm like, my leg, I can't move it. So he started kind of like rubbing my calves to try to make it go away. It was really awful. So I went to see my doctor that same day. She says it's very important at this point in pregnancy to be really hydrated, because that can contribute to it. Also, my magnesium should be upped, so like she prescribed a magnesium supplement. And also, what did she do? She told me to eat a banana before bed, drink some more milk, and see if that helps. So last night I ate a banana, drank milk, and took my magnesium. This morning I didn't have a leg cramp, so I'm hoping that this is something that is helping me because they're awful. Another symptom that I have is Braxton Hicks. Oh my goodness, I know that I'm not being very responsible in terms of my water intake, because just it grosses me out. It always has while I'm pregnant. Like, I can't stand the taste. I've tried it being cold with lemon, with cucumbers. I just hate water, and I love water normally, but I know I could be better with my water intake, and I know that might be contributing to my Braxton Hicks. I guess I should explain to you what they feel like on me, because the first time I felt them, I really didn't know what they were. So a lot of people describe them as like cramps, but I wouldn't say they don't feel like cramps. They feel like a tightening of your stomach. So my stomach kind of goes like right into almost like a football shape, and it goes really hard, and then I can feel like a little, almost like a shooting pain from the middle of my belly all the way up to like my chest almost, and it sometimes goes into a cramp, sometimes it doesn't. So that's how my Braxton Hicks feel like, and I feel them several times a day. So I talked to my doctor about this, my OB, and he recommended to just keep an eye on them, but if I can't breathe through them, or they just are continuous, like kind of like contractions like every 2 minutes and they won't go away, to just go into the emergency room or to the mother and baby unit. So yeah, so that's what has been happening there. And they also last for about 30 seconds, I would say. I guess my last two symptoms have been pregnancy brain. Like, I think this has been from before getting pregnant, but I really feel it really strongly now. I forget everything. Like, I'd go into a room and I'm like, okay, I was here for something, and I forget. Or I'm like, babe, I need to tell you something, and I forget. So it's like, or like I just pregnancy brain. I just forget a lot of things. And yeah, so I have to write things down all the time, and yes, fortunately. Okay, so the best moments of the past 2 weeks have been probably feeling the baby move. Like, I was getting a little nervous because I have an anterior placenta. So for those of you who don't know what that is your placenta could be either in the back of your uterus or in the front, and mine happens to be in the front. So it's harder, or not harder, but yeah, I guess it's harder for your body to feel the baby's movements earlier on. So it was around 18-19 weeks, and I'm like, I still haven't felt anything. With Layla, I could feel everything by that time, and she was my first baby, so this is my second baby. Everyone said, you know, your second baby, you feel everything so much sooner, and I'm like, I'm not feeling anything. But anyway, around 22 to 23 weeks, I started feeling a little bit of kicks here and there, like flutters, and so I could really feel the baby's like punches and kicks, and I feel it on my like this side of my tummy, and then at the bottom. I don't really feel it in the middle too much because I guess that's where my placenta is, but that is my best moment of the last 2 weeks, I would say. And also my husband was able to feel the little kicks, and my sisters were also able to feel the little kicks. So out of breath. So feeling the kicks have just made me so excited about what's to come, and you know, having that new little person in our family, which has made me a little more anxious about birth in general. It's made me really anxious about whether I'm gonna have a VBAC or a C-section again. That's a whole other story. I had a pretty negative experience with my C-section. I mean, I'm very scared. So this week I've been feeling that anxiety coming up. Last week at my OB appointment, we talked about it again. He's like, okay, well, let's book a C-section. So I have a C-section date, but we'll book it kind of later on so that it gives your body time to go into natural labor. But if you change your mind, we could always, try to see if we can schedule it earlier. So I think at the end of the day, it just depends on whether or not the baby's going to be breech and if my body will go into the natural process of labor, which is something I really want, but at the same time so scared of. But we'll talk about that when later on. Looking forward to the most at this point is just finishing the home renos, or like the different projects we have going on. We have a couple of things going on. I'm excited to turn my office into the baby's room, then bring the office down here, getting rid of our dining room. Like it's a big working process. Maybe I'll vlog it, I don't know. But I'm excited to see kind of like new changes, more space kind of added for this new baby and for us too, so we're all comfortable and cozy. But yes, that's pretty much it. Now I'll show you my bump. That's the end of, I guess, my pregnancy update. Please let me know in the comments below if this is something you do want to watch, or if you want to watch something else related to pregnancy that you would like to see. So if you can leave in the comments below, that'd be great. Also, if you enjoyed this, thumbs up, let me know that you like this, and also subscribe if you're new to my channel. You just have to go down there and click, and yes, it would mean the world to me. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for all your support. See you on the next one.